Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So who's ready to tap out? This crypto market might not be for you. Are you upset at the ups and downs? Guys, this is all part and parcel to trading, not just crypto, but everything. Okay, maybe you're not the type of person who can, emotionally and physically actually, because sometimes it can be physical. You might have a physical feeling in your stomach. Maybe you've invested too much, more than you can afford to lose, and you're physically feeling ill day to day when you see the crypto market plummet. Now guys, this is XRP right now. I have this on a daily, and we've seen ups and downs. Right now we're trading at about 24 cents, give or take 24 cents in that area. And we've seen XRP plummet into the mid-20s quite a bit over the last 12 months, I'd say. Guys, this from Robert Art at Robert Art Rob Art on Twitter. Control your emotions. Don't let the inner Muppet take over and make you act irrationally. I have a plan. I'll stick to it. And guys, it's always very important to have a plan. This crypto market does not care about you or I. When it moves, it's going to move fast. And unfortunately, right now, we're at the mercy of low volume, low liquidity, not too much trading going on, negative emotions flooding the market. But there are some positive points to this, and I'm going to show you guys that in a second. So first of all, Bitcoin drops below 8,000 for the first time this month, and here's why. So Bitcoin was hovering around 8,000 for quite a while, and just recently it dropped below that $8,000 mark. This article talks about that a bit. So Bitcoin continues the bearish mood. Earlier on Thursday, Bitcoin dropped to $79.82 according to coin market cap data. Thus, it broke below the $8,000 level for the first time this month. The price then bounced back up to $81.09, but bears were strong enough to send the price back down below that $8,000 level. One of the possible reasons behind the ongoing decline is the so-called mining capitulation. The phenomenon was discussed in detail by crypto analyst Cole Garner, who argued that the small miners are forced to give up on the process as it becomes too expensive for them. So guys, as you know, there's a cost to mining depending on where you are mining. Electricity costs are different all around the world, obviously, and places where you can get cheaper electricity, it's obviously more profitable to mine Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin goes down below a certain price, it starts to get less and less profitable. So in countries where electricity costs are more expensive, this is when these miners have to give up on mining Bitcoin. And, to me, this is kind of part of the problem with Bitcoin and how it could never be scalable to the level that we could see other cryptocurrencies scale to, especially in solving real world payment problems, i.e. cross-border transactions, something that Ripple is clearly being very successful at doing with XRP just because of the way it's structured compared to Bitcoin. Nevertheless, Bitcoin was designed the way it was for the reasons it was, and a lot of people are considering it a store of value. But if it is not profitable enough to mine, then there will be mining capitulation, and so this is possibly part of the reason why we are seeing this. So the gradual exit of unhappy miners could soon end up in a massive sell-off that could drag the Bitcoin price to new lows that were unthinkable last summer. Another plausible reason is that Bitcoin investors overreacted to China President Xi Jinping's endorsement of blockchain technology. Xi's message catapulted the Bitcoin price at the end of October, causing it to show the greatest short-term rally in the history by gaining over 40% in less than 2 days. Now the FOMO effect has probably faded a bit and the market is getting back to a normal, though no one knows where the next stop is. And so guys, that's also a very good point. If I bring this up here, this is Bitcoin on the daily. We saw Bitcoin rise after that announcement, right? We have it over here. I have this expanded out because I do want to show you guys something in a bit. But there was that initial rally, and could that have been China? I think it's quite possible. So that Bitcoin, pop may have been a bit contrived, and now we're just kind of correcting. Now we're just kind of seeing the sell-off happen after we saw Bitcoin go right back up to 10,000 per BTC. Don Alt on Twitter brings up a good point at Crypto Don Alt. So he says people are talking about a $3,000 Bitcoin right now and are being more unreasonable than people talking about new highs. A run from 200 to 20,000 is going to take some time to digest. 3,000 was an overreaction to the downside. 14,000 was an overreaction to the upside. We are now finding middle ground. And guys, this is what I think is happening as well. We are in this pattern here. Again, I'm going to show you something in a bit, but realistically, This is normal. This is not unusual at all. Bitcoin goes through highs and lows. To be honest with you, after last winter, 2018, 2019, the entire crypto market plummeted. And it was in April, I believe it was even the first or second day of April, where we really started to see the crypto market rebound. And to me, after seeing an all-time low, I realistically don't feel like we based enough. I felt like we could have seen those lows for another couple of months before we started the rally. That to me is a more realistic circumstance that we should have been in. Nevertheless, Bitcoin started pumping, and the rest is history. We hit a new high, an intra-year high in June 2019. So this is where we're at now. We got to take in consideration backed volume as well. So backed volume is actually going up despite Bitcoin's bearish price. So Bitcoin's bearish mood doesn't affect institutional investors' appetites. On the contrary, according to the Twitter bot that notifies on backed volume, more investors have traded Bitcoin futures contracts on the platform in the last 4 days when the price was clearly pointing downwards. So the open interest indicator, which shows the total value of open contracts, has been increasing as well. If Bitcoin tests new support levels amid the ongoing mining capitulation, we might see institutional investors reactivating FOMO. So a few things going on here. Back volume is actually going up despite Bitcoin going down in price. That's the institutional mindset, of course. Don Alt here on Twitter suggesting to take it easy. New lows are unlikely, but new highs are unlikely. We're finding middle ground here. And yeah, it's kind of an unenthusiastic market right now. Kind of boring, in my opinion. Then we got Mark G on Twitter here. Posted this, and this is kind of interesting. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. And so we just have to remember. It's just an interesting point to hit home. Let's remember the past, guys. Let's look at historical cycles. Let's keep an eye on the prize because we know that something will happen eventually. But we really just do have to be patient. Because I was feeling, to be honest with you, a bit of a negative swing in the crypto space. I feel like after those highs and then we saw Bitcoin rise again at the end of October, people were really feeling like, this was going to be it. We've been waiting for so long now, and this is going to be our time to shine. We're going to be rich by the end of 2019. And historically we have seen bull runs in the latter half of certain years, but I don't think we're ready yet. I don't think the Bitcoin price has percolated to that point where it is ready and set to race off to the moon yet again. We got XRP Thunder here on Twitter as well. So, and this all just coming up now, I'm feeling like everybody is getting the sense that everybody else in the crypto space is getting very down on themselves, feeling very negative, feeling that negative tone, the days are getting shorter if you live in northern climates. It's getting colder outside, and people are just not feeling their best, I don't think. It's part of it anyway. On the market psychology cheat sheet, where do you feel we are? Capitulation, anger, panic, or depression? So there are so many emotions involved with trading, and so I don't want it to get the better of you guys. I'm here to kind of help you through it, to walk you through it, to put your mind at ease, because realistically, guys, it's a lot easier to feel down and out when you're down on your investments than it is when you're feeling up and enthusiastic because you're up money. That's just a psychological thing. We tend to feel that emotion more strongly when we're down than when we see the price rise to new highs. So where is this crypto market at right now? Okay, here we go. We got BTC on the daily, all right? And guys, as you can see, this was the last bull run over here, 2017. And now we are looking to make new highs. We're looking to breach this price of roughly 20,000 per BTC. We saw about a year and a half of a downward trend before we started seeing upward momentum again. One thing you have to remember, we are making higher lows, guys. So let's not forget, I wasn't even going to say this, but let's not forget that, guys, the trend is still moving upward, okay? We are not in a bearish market if you look at it on the macro level. One thing I also wanted to mention that I almost forgot, I don't know if you guys caught Jungle Inc.'s video from a couple of days ago where he talks about this article here, Bitcoin price must hit 150,000 before the SEC approves BTC ETF. So guys, this again is from Jungle Inc. If you're not subscribed to his channel on YouTube, I suggest you do. He's always got some great stuff that he is talking about, and it looks like he's starting this new format here. So shout out to Jungle Inc. first and foremost. But yeah, think about it. That 150,000 per BTC price needs to be achieved before the SEC even takes the crypto market Seriously, okay? The market cap has to be at a certain price, which would bring BTC to 150,000 per BTC. And again, that might not be for another couple of years, a year, year and a half or so. So another thing that we do have to keep in mind, that we are still in a very, very speculative, very nascent market right now. Anyways, though, back to this. So market trend is going up, on the macro scale. And guys, not to say that history is going to indeed 100% repeat itself, but let's look back to the summer and early fall of 2017, okay, where we saw a trend do this kind of a thing. Okay, up, down, and then up. Now let me show you guys something, okay? And this is the whole idea of realizing that market psychology really does tend to repeat itself, okay? And it's not, again, it's not to say that we're going to see an upward trend right away. And again, guys, these aren't carbon copies of each other either. Actually, yeah, my drawing was not that great there. But you guys can see the patterns here, okay? We have the same kinds of, high, okay? Then it decreases a little before it comes back down here, okay? Back down here and then up again, okay, up again. Then it's coming back down, okay, right now we're seeing that. It came back down here before we started making new highs again, okay, so let's put this back here so you can see before we started making new highs, okay, and that took only a couple of months in this circumstance here. Now we're here. Okay, and it's looking like we are following the same kind of pattern. Again, this is not to say that this is going to happen 100% of the time, but you do have to understand that these patterns keep forming because human psychology doesn't change. Okay, we're still in a spec market, buyers and sellers still looking to purchase cryptocurrency, and this is what makes the market ebb and flow. So guys, when you're looking at this on the micro level and you're like, oh, it's down right here and oh my God, and look at how many down days there are. Well, I'm pulling up the wrong tools here. Geez, what a mess. Okay, down and down and down, and look at how many down days there are. You got to remind yourself, are you in it to win it? Are you willing to be patient? Because if you're not, this is likely not what you should be doing. Anyways, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.